I once watched this video on YouTube that was trying to argue that Britney Spears was a CIA asset the whole time. And like, it was not convincing, but there's a little bit more there than you would suspect. Going with a new color today, haha. So I did something a little crazy last night. Not really, but tomorrow we are going to Houston and I booked a hotel room. If you remember at the beginning of the series, I got a ticket in Houston that was kind of stupid and I can go fight it. But I thought I had till the 27th, but I really only have till Monday. And I didn't feel like it's early in the morning, the cutoff time of day. So I decided to get a hotel and I paid $60 and we are going to Houston tomorrow. I don't really get weekends in any real sense. I don't get time off in any real sense unless I just decide to, which I never do. But we don't have to drop off packages on the weekends, and that's almost like a break. So I think it's coffee time. It's really starting to get nice out here in Texas. I love this time of year. Oh yeah. Yesterday when I was taking out a lot of that stuff that I was gonna recycle, I found my smartwatch. I have a smartwatch, but I didn't know where it was. This is what it feels like when all of your printers print correctly. Hey, I'm a good printer. Future generations will not understand how this song was pop culture. Like, the pop culture and this song were synonymous. They were the same thing. This was a dance. This was a song. This was a spectacle. This was a show. This was on every show. Something people will not understand about 90s fads is like a fad in the 90s lasted for at least a week, maybe like a month or something like that. I don't know how long Macarena madness lasted. Probably about as long as Tamagotchi madness lasted. But nowadays a fad is like, it's like a day. A really big fad might be like 3 days, 3-4 days. Or a big news event, like when the president got shot at. Like, that was a big story for like 5 days. Think about when Kennedy was assassinated or somebody shot Reagan in the 80s. Like, that was a big thing for like a year. And with JFK, we're still talking about it. Best part. Oh yeah. Coffee. Coffee. So they say. Iced coffee tastes really good on a hot Texas day. Do you think that 8 Mile did more than anything else to popularize the hoodie? Because like, hoodies existed for a long time before 8 Mile, but it just seems like I can't think of anything that really championed the hoodie, that made it a visible thing, that made a bunch of young people go out and have to buy one. Like, I'm almost thinking maybe like emo music. A lot of the early emo and stuff, like people were wearing hoodies a lot. At least that was, I'm from the Midwest, so it was cold. But it seems like 8 Mile was the thing. I'm just saying, like, everybody had to have their like Hot Topic hoodie with some unreadable band name on the back. That seemed like it was a big thing. I don't know. Tell me in the comments what you think. Let's let's package some things. This is a classic, a very classic rock fist guitar hanger. One of the first things I ever started selling, and yes, I named this after the 1,000 Foot Crutch song, Rock Fist. Throw up your rock fist if you're feeling it when I drop this. Throw up your rock fist if you're feeling it when I drop this. I think we're gonna go on another Segway adventure. I saw at the brewery down the street that there's a food truck there called Taqueria Mi Rancho, and it is a very good food truck, taco truck. I think they have other stuff, and it's a nice day. Like I said, I'm trying to enjoy kind of the nice weather while we have it before it starts getting actually cold and stuff. So I think we're gonna do that. Plus it's good content. This is perfect segwaying weather. Oh man, it's just so nice out. Bright, but nice. All right, we're gonna do a shortcut through the graveyard. Yes, the shop is pretty close to a historical graveyard. Maybe we'll just take a spin through it real quick. It's actually rather serene. See, that guy died in 1871. Oh, looks like they're doing some kind of construction. I don't really know what that is, but normally you can loop through this whole thing. Like some of the founders of Nacogdoches and stuff. That guy died in 1933. It's a very historical graveyard. Oh yeah, here's a little path. See, check that out. Right there. You can pause it if you want to read this. Signer of the Texas Declaration of Independence. Yes, that's a thing, especially foreign people. You might not know, Texas was its own country, and probably should still be its own country. Well, now that my appetite has been primed by that delicious graveyard tour, let's go to the actual brewery. I am number 37. This place is so good. I don't know why I don't come here more often. The brewery itself is pretty good. I don't really drink very much. I might drink like 1 beer per year or something like that, but it's very good. Oh yeah, we've got the good stuff, all right. Going past the Goodwill. Actually took a little while, but they were kind of busy, so it's understandable. Very good year. This was a little decadent, but man, how can you say no to that? Yes, these are Fiesta fries. That was really good. A bit of a splurge, but a great splurge. Well, let's get back to it. This turned out amazing. I think we're going to, I'm trying to remember how to tape this off. It's easier to tape off the green part, so we're gonna paint this green and then we're gonna do the brick color after that. The reason it's better to do that is because putting some tape across this is very easy, whereas putting tape along this line is very hard. My grumpy old man opinion of the day is I hate it when people refer to a restaurant as a spot. Like, I know a spot. Like, you're talking about Chili's. Just say, let's go to Chili's. Just got a really cool message on Etsy. Hey there, I'm looking to purchase this for my wedding. It's one of my giant D20s. You know, D20 dice. We want to roll it down the aisle to decide who gets to read their vows first. Will this roll at least twice? Thanks, blah blah blah, their name. Yes. Generally the D20s, it's like you wouldn't want to throw it on the ground, but if you've got like a rug or something, preferably like a thick carpet or a rug, you can put it on the ground and roll it, and it will roll a little bit. I mean, the D20s are mostly decorative, but there are people that use them for their game nights and stuff like that. So here's a data component of my life that I realized I haven't talked about yet. This is how I log my daily expenses. You can see that this category is food, this category is grocery. In this case, food means any food that isn't groceries, that isn't bought from a grocery store. Gas expenses. Man, I can't remember when I must have taken a road trip to spend 73 in one day. Fun and business expenses. Now most of my business expenses are in a separate spreadsheet, but these are like random expenses right here. Business expense is a strange category because it only includes certain ones, and explaining the criteria is confusing, but basically the reason I'm logging them on this is because those are more impulsive business expenses, although I don't know how to explain this, but there's a reason it's on here basically. Anyway, the point of doing all this is to reduce my impulsivity, and for each of these months that I've been recording, I have the average amount of money spent per day, and then I charted that out, and as you can see, it has roughly declined, although there's some randomness. Obviously, there's a certain amount of money that I just have to spend. This doesn't include rent and things like that. This is like every time I use my card or something along those lines, or cash. And as you can see, when I was not used to recording this, it was fairly high, and then it's reduced a lot. In the past 2 months, I've spent about $30 a day. I'm actually aiming for lower than that, but considering the business does pretty well, and I'm only spending $30 a day outside of utilities and rent, that's pretty good. Like, remember, that's all of my food and gas and some random business expenses and anything that I do for entertainment, which is nothing. So anyway, any of you out there that want to control your expenses and see how much you're actually spending, I recommend charting it out like this. And you can kind of copy my spreadsheet design if you want, but it's actually really helped, and my savings goals are just, chef's kiss. About to rock this yuppie playlist. This pipey boy turned out quite good. Now that we have the green done, we are going to tape this little portion off. Of course, we're going to do the brick, kind of a brownish brick color. Really a brown. There are many colors of bricks. Just ask Ben Folds. Last item of the day, we're going to clean this guy up a little bit. That's a Moai 2. I've made so much filament in the last couple of days. No squeaks, consistent diameters, nice spooling. It has been paradise. Temperature consistent. That is a well-designed system right there. Out for a little stroll on the Segway. One last one for the day, and it just feels so good out. It's hard to convey how big a deal it is in Texas when it starts cooling off, because it just feels amazing, and I just feel like I have to soak it in. I know I'm just saying this over and over again, but it's so true. Also, I remembered that there is a post office somewhere downtown, or a post office branch or something, whatever it's called. And I could segue there, which means that if I only have one package that has to go to the post office that I'm doing personally, I might just take it in there on the Segway like this, but I don't know where it is, and I don't know what the hours are and stuff. So that's a miniature adventure we're taking right now. The downtown lights, downtown. That's kind of cool looking. That looks like a Giorgio de Chirico painting almost. Okay, yeah, I've seen this here. So maybe it's in there. Ah, they have a ramp just for me. Okay. Well, during the day, this would be open, I guess. They have a couple of night drop slots. This is fun. Also, I didn't realize this ATM was here, so that's convenient. Well, anyway, I guess that was fun. Where this leads. Parking lot. Dumpster. Looks like it's somebody's little break room out here. The Fredonia. They have 2 restaurants and a bar here. It's so nice. I've been in the rooms and stuff. It is really cool. Maybe in a few episodes, we'll go to the cafe here. It's really one of the better restaurants in Nacogdoches. They have so many interesting things. The brewery at night. Gone is the hustle and bustle, the pitter-patter of little feet. Back at the shop. It's closing time. The movie theater seats of gratitude. Oh, wow, my dogs are barking. Well, I'm really grateful that I'm going to Houston tomorrow. Spending the night in a hotel. It's pretty fancy. It's Motel 6 too. Not to brag, but it's not even Motels 1 through 5. I won't have a ton of time in Houston, but I think Monday morning maybe I'm gonna make a map and try to hit all of the thrift stores in as efficient a way as possible. I mean, you can't hit all the thrift stores in Houston, but we can try and go to some of the better ones or whatever. So I'm pretty grateful for that. My feet are actually feeling pretty good. I'm still getting a lot of mileage off those new shoes. We have this consumerist thing where we feel like we appreciate something we buy once and then we just forget about it. And like, that's really the opposite of the goal. Like, sometimes I try to be consciously grateful for stuff I bought like years ago. Like, I'm grateful for these seats. I mean, I think I got them 6 months ago, so they're still pretty new. But like, they're very cool. A lot of times they have stuff in them because they make a really good, storage place for burger components. But these are shockingly nice theater seats for 60s movie theater seats. And I think they're very cool. I like looking at them all the time. And I'm grateful that they're here. So that's 3 things. So tell me in the comments what you're grateful for, what challenges you've got, and how you're overcoming things, and why you're grateful for the struggle. Peace out.